Oh, huh. Life on the reserve is tough. Although I was only there for 2 months, I noticed a huge issue the very first day. I couldn't drink the water that came out of the taps. I really want to emphasize the point that I was still in Ontario, and I couldn't drink the water that came out of the taps. I hadn't even left the province, and I couldn't drink the water. There are currently over 100 reserves in Canada that are under boil water advisories. Canada has the most fresh water out of every single country in the world. I couldn't even wrap my head around this conundrum. There's a huge drug problem in Gull Bay. The former chief told me that 90% of the reserve is addicted to oxycodone. Oxycodone is a painkiller that is prescribed by doctors, and from talking to the people, I realized that it literally spanned right from like the youth, 12-year-olds, to elders, and there were some instances of family members sharing the drugs with each other. More than half the reserve is on welfare. More than half the reserve is on welfare, and the community is divided upon whether to develop into a more modern society or whether to remain in their traditional cultural ways. Now, although there are a lot of problems, and believe me there is hope. It just takes a little bit longer to see it. Once you get to know the people, once you get to know that they are intelligent, caring, funny individuals. I mean, I have a very sarcastic sense of humor, and the people that I met up there had sarcastic sense of humor as well, and it was nice to be able to crack jokes at one another, and no one really took it seriously. It was very nice. This is the Chief Wilford King. He's a very intelligent man, and I think that he is one of the people that is going to make the reserve a better place. This is Bruce Heyer, the MP, and while I was up there, I volunteered sort of in the band office and at the school, mainly doing workshops and various activities with the kids. I brought one Frisbee, and by the end I had managed to get all the kids Frisbees, and we sort of learned how to play Ultimate Frisbee together, which was kind of fun. One person that I met on the reserve really had an impact on me. Her name was Tasha Esquega. Tasha was my first friend when I went up to Gull Bay, because I knew no one, and I just thought she was amazing. She was so cool, she was so passionate, she was so smart and funny, and I just thought, oh, you are awesome. You are the type of person that is going to make this place a better place for others. But that wasn't always the case. You see, if you had met Tasha 10 years ago, you would have thought she would have been a nobody. She was in juvie at 15. She was a high school dropout. She gave birth when she was 17, and she gave birth again before she turned 19. Tasha was a single mother of 2 when she was 19 years old. That's my age. But she decided that she wanted a better life for her kids. She wanted to give them more opportunities. So she went to college to get a degree in 1 year, sort of a really quick thing, and then she followed it up with a university education, and she graduated with a degree in community development. She's now the economic development officer of Gull Bay, the former economic development officer of Gull Bay, and she was when I was up there, and she is just so smart and so passionate, and she had such a rough life, but when you meet her now, she is so passionate and really wants people to do well. In a lot of ways, I found Tasha's story inspiring because I feel that Aboriginals in a way they lack opportunity, and if they had more chances, if we didn't have government policies that forced them to either segregate onto their reserves or assimilate into big cities, I really feel that they could rise up to their full potential. It was definitely hearing Tasha's story that inspired me to create a documentary about what life on a First Nation reserve is like. Life on the reserve, I was inspired by the plea and struggle that my fellow Canadians had to endure while I lived the high life just because I was born in the right neighborhood. Life on the Reserve is the name of the film that I made while up at Gull Bay. And it focuses on 6 aspects of life on the reserve: water, education, drugs, community development, and hope. And I'm just going to show you quickly the water section. Oh.